Sausage Party is a 2016 adult animated comedy film directed by Conrad Vernon and Greg Tiernan, and written by Kyle Hunter, Ariel Schaffer, Seth Rogen, and Evan Goldberg. A co-production between Canada and the United States, the film features the voices of Rogen, Kristen Wiig, Jonah Hill, Bill Hader, Michael Cera, James Franco, Danny McBride, Craig Robinson, Paul Rudd, Nick Kroll, David Krumholtz, Edward Norton, and Salma Hayek. The film follows an anthropomorphic sausage who lives in a supermarket and goes on a journey with his friends to escape their fate as groceries eaten by humans. The film's animation was handled by the Vancouver-based Nitrogen Studios. For it is the first computer-animated film in both United States and Canada to be rated R by the Motion Picture Association of America. 8, 9, 10 The film's rough cut premiered on March 14, 2016, at South by Southwest, followed by its general theatrical release in the United States on August 12, 2016, by Columbia Pictures. 11. The film received generally positive reviews from critics. It grossed $141 million against a budget of $19 million, surpassing South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, 1999, as the highest-grossing R-rated animated film at the time of its release. A sequel television series, Sausage Party, Foodtopia, was released in 2024. Plot. Unbeknownst to humans, a supermarket called Shopwell's is populated by anthropomorphic foodstuffs, as well as some other consumable items, that believe human shoppers are gods who take purchased groceries to a utopia known as the Great Beyond. Among the groceries is a sausage named Frank, who dreams of living in the Great Beyond with his hot dog bun girlfriend Brenda. One day, Frank and Brenda's packages are purchased by a female shopper. On their way out of the store, a returned jar of honey mustard tries to warn the groceries that the Great Beyond is a lie, but nobody listens except Frank. Before committing suicide by falling onto the shop floor, Honey Mustard tells Frank to seek out a bottle of liquor named Firewater. Honey Mustard's suicide creates an accidental cart collision that causes Frank, Brenda, and several groceries to fall out of the cart, including Jewish bagel Sammy Bagel Jr., Middle Eastern lavish Kareem Abdul Lavish, and an aggressive douche who swears revenge on Frank and Brenda after his nozzle is bent on impact. Seeking to verify Honey Mustard's warning, Frank leads Brenda, Sammy, and Lavish to the liquor aisle where he meets Firewater and his colleagues, the non-perishables, who tell Frank that they created the noble lie of the Great Beyond to assuage the groceries' fear of being eaten. To their dismay, this has had the unintended effect of the various aisles developing divisive belief systems based on their own prejudices and interpretations of the original revelation. Despite Firewater's warning that he will not be believed, Frank vows to reveal the truth and is encouraged to travel beyond the store's freezer section to find proof. Brenda, Sammy, and Lavish are brought to the Mexican food aisle by a bottle of tequila, who is secretly working for Douche. Teresa del Taco, a lesbian taco, develops a crush on Brenda and helps them escape Douche. Meanwhile, at the shopper's house, Frank's two best friends, Carl and Barry, are horrified to see the shopper cooking the foods. Barry and Carl attempt to flee through an open window, but Carl is stabbed and sliced in half. Barry escapes and encounters a human drug addict, who becomes able to communicate with his groceries, one of them being gum, a brilliant, Stephen Hawking-like wad of chewing gum, after injecting himself with bath salts. The bath salts wear off and the addict prepares to cook Barry, but he accidentally burns himself and Barry yanks his shoelaces, making him slip and causing a hanging battle axe to fall and decapitate him. Frank's friends disapprove of his skepticism of the Great Beyond. He discovers a cookbook beyond the freezer section and reveals its contents to the store's inhabitants. They panic at first, but Frank's condescending tone and failure to offer a positive alternative prompt them to cling even more strongly to their beliefs, and his claims and evidence are dismissed. Suddenly, Barry, Gum and the other groceries from the addict's home return with the man's severed head, proving that the humans can be killed. The group drugs the human shoppers and employees with toothpicks laced with bath salts, whereupon a battle begins. Several humans are gruesomely killed by the now unified groceries while Douche takes control of the store manager, Darren, and uses the human's body to take a bite out of Frank's torso. Brenda saves Frank as Barry and the other groceries catch Douche and Darren in a garbage pail strapped to propane tanks. They are then launched out of the store as the tanks explode, killing them both. Afterwards, the inhabitants celebrate their victory with a massive orgy. In the film's epilogue, Frank and his friends visit Firewater, who has had a psychedelic experience with gum and discovered that their world is not what they think. They are merely animated characters voiced by actors in another dimension. Gum has constructed a portal to this dimension and the group travel there to confront their creators. Voice cast: Seth Rogen as Frank Frankfurter, a sausage who sets out to discover and expose the truth about the great beyond 12-13-14. Kristen Wiig as Brenda Bunsen, a hot dog bun who is Frank's love interest 14-15. Jonah Hill as Carl, a sausage who is friends with Frank and Barry 12-13-14. Bill Hader as Firewater, an old Native American bottle of liquor and the leader of the non-perishables 14. Jose Tequila, a Mexican bottle of tequila who works for Douche and later gets killed by him after failing to bring Frank and Brenda to him. Michael Cera as Barry, a deformed sausage who is friends with Frank and Carl 12-14-15. James Franco as a drug addict who is the first known human to discover the food's anthropomorphism after injecting himself with bath salts. Danny McBride as a jar of honey mustard who is returned to his shelf upon the shopper who purchased him mistaking him for regular mustard and tries to warn Frank and the other products of the reality of the great beyond 16. Craig Robinson as Mr. Grits, an African-American box of grits and a member of the non-perishables. He has a grudge against crackers, a pun on the pejorative term. Paul Rudd as Darren, a longtime manager of Shopwell's who is famously nicknamed the Dark Lord as he disposes of expired food and spilled items 16. Nick Kroll as Douche, a nasty douche and Frank's arch-nemesis who seeks revenge on him for accidentally breaking his nozzle and preventing his arrival to the great beyond 14-15. David Krumholtz as Kareem Abdul-Lavish, a Middle Eastern lavish who has an on and off rivalry with Sammy. His name is a play on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar 12-14-15. Edward Norton as Sammy Bagel Jr., a neurotic Jewish bagel who has an on and off rivalry with Lavish. His name is a play on Sammy Davis Jr. 12-14-15. Salma Hayek as Teresa Del Taco, a Mexican lesbian taco who is attracted to Brenda 14-17. Scott Diggs Underwood as Gum, an intelligent but paraplegic wad of chewing gum. He is a parody of Stephen Hawking. Twink, a gay Twinkie who is a member of the non-perishables. Anders Holm as Troy, a sausage who likes to pick on Barry. Lauren Miller Rogan as Camille Toe, a shopper who purchases Frank and Brenda's packages. Her name is a pun on camel toe. Additional character voices were provided by Alastair Abel, Iris Apatow, Sugar Lynn Beard, Ian James Corlett, Michael Dangerfield, Brian and Michael Dobson, Ian Hanlon, Merrick Hendricks, Marie Harrington, Nicole Oliver, Kelly Sheridan, Jason Simpson, Vincent Tong, Underwood, Sam Vincent and Harland Williams, as well as directors Conrad Vernon and Greg Tiernan. An archival recording of Meatloaf's I'd Do Anything for Love, But I Won't Do That, was used for the singing voice of a Meatloaf grocery-based caricature of him. 18. Production. Seth Rogen has said that he worked for 8 years to get the film made, but the content worried most film studios. 19. Noting that the film came from an innocent place, Rogen stated that what would it be like if our food had feelings? We very quickly realized that it would be fucked up. 20. Evan Goldberg revealed the project to IndieWire in July 2010, stating it was a top-secret super project. Initially, IndieWire was skeptical that the project was real and not a hoax on Goldberg's part, but after vetting, it did confirm that it was in the works. 13. In November 2010, Jonah Hill independently confirmed to MTV News that he was working on an R-rated 3D animated film. 21. Goldberg and executive producer James Weaver said that they had specific targets: Disney and Pixar and DreamWorks films, which they have ripped apart. Goldberg said, "We're just kind of taking all the conventions of children's movies, and making them disgusting and insane." 12. The film was formally announced in September 2013 as a partnership between Sony Pictures, Annapurna Pictures, and Rogen, Goldberg and Weaver's Point Grey Pictures. 22 On May 29, 2014, it was announced that the film would be released on June 3, 2016 23, but the release date was later revised to August 12, 2016. In January 2014, Rogen, Hill, James Franco, and Kristen Wiig were announced as the leads in the film. The other cast includes Edward Norton, Michael Cera, David Krumholtz, and Nick Kroll. 15 On April 9, 2014, Salma Hayek was set to lend her voice to the film as Teresa the Taco. 17 It was also announced that Paul Rudd, Danny McBride, and Anders Holm would voice characters in the film. 16. When Rogen originally submitted the film to the Motion Picture Association of America, they gave it an NC-17 rating due to the visibility of pubic hair on Lavish's scrotum during the climactic food orgy scene. Once said pubic hair was removed, the film received its final R rating for strong crude sexual content, pervasive language, and drug use. 24, 25, 26, 27 The film was granted a 12 certificate by France's Film Classification Commission, which was criticized by Catholic groups in the country. 28 The British Board of Film Classification classified the film at 15, although the Blu-ray release was classified 18 because of supplemental material. 2 In Australia the film was rated MA 15+. The film's score was composed by Alan Menken and Christopher Leonards. The film's soundtrack album was released on August 5, 2016, by Madison Gate Records and Sony Music Masterworks. Seth Aaron Rogen, /Ren/, born April 15, 1982, is a Canadian actor, comedian, and filmmaker. Known primarily for his comedic leading man roles in films and on television, he has often collaborated with his writing partner, Evan Goldberg, and filmmaker and producer Judd Apatow. Rogen has received various accolades including 4 Primetime Emmy Awards and nominations for a Golden Globe Award, and a Screen Actors Guild Award. Rogen started his career acting in Freaks and Geeks, 1999, before writing for the final season of The Ali G Show, 2004, earning a Primetime Emmy Award nomination. After his film debut in Donnie Darko, 2001, he solidified himself as a comedy star with The 40-Year-Old Virgin, 2005, Knocked Up, 2007, and Funny People, 2009. He also acted in Superbad, 2007, Pineapple Express, 2008, Zack and Miri Make a Porno, 2008, The Green Hornet, 2011, This Is the End, 2013, The Interview, 2014, Neighbors, 2014, its 2016 sequel, The Disaster Artist, 2017, and Long Shot, 2019. He has played dramatic roles in 50/50ths, 2011, Take This Waltz, 2011, Steve Jobs, 2015, and The Fabelmans, 2022. Rogen has co-developed the AMC television series Preacher, 2016 to 2019, on which he also served as writer, executive producer, and director. He has also executive produced the Amazon Prime Video superhero series The Boys from 2019, and Invincible from 2021. He also starred in the FX on Hulu miniseries Pam and Tommy, 2022, for which he received Primetime Emmy and Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actor nominations. He is currently starring in the critically acclaimed Apple TV Plus satirical comedy series The Studio, 2025, which he created, wrote, and directed alongside Goldberg, for which he earned 4 Primetime Emmy Awards for acting, producing, directing, and writing. Rogen is also known for his voice roles in the animated films Shrek the Third, 2007, Horton Hears a Who. 2008, the Kung Fu Panda series, 2008 to 2016, The Spiderwick Chronicles, 2008, Monsters vs. Aliens, 2009, Sausage Party, 2016, Be the Lion King, 2019, The Super Mario Bros. Movie, 2023, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, 2023, C and Mufasa, The Lion King, 2024. Early life. Seth Aaron Rogen was born on April 15, 1982, in Vancouver, British Columbia, into a Jewish family of Ukrainian and Russian origin. To his mother, Sandy Belagas, is a social worker, and his American father, Mark Rogen, worked for non-profit organizations and as an assistant director of the Workmen's Circle Jewish fraternal organization. 3456 Rogen is a dual citizen of Canada and the United States who once said, "I definitely associate with being Canadian much more than being American due to his upbringing in the former." 7 He has described his parents, who met on Kibbutz Beit Alpha in Israel, as radical Jewish socialists. 4 Rogen has an older sister named Danya. 3 He attended Vancouver Talmud Torah Elementary School and Point Grey Secondary School, incorporating many of his classmates into his writing, and took up Kyokushin karate for 10 years. 8-9 He was also known for the stand-up comedy he performed at Camp Miriam, a Habonim Drower camp. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. As a child, Rogen did not want to pursue any career other than comedy, stating, "As soon as I realized you could be funny as a job, that was the job I wanted." 5. He got his start in show business at age 12 after enrolling in a comedy workshop taught by Mark Pooley. 3 His early comedy routines involved jokes about his bar mitzvah, his grandparents, and his camp counselors. 16 As a teenager, he would perform stand-up comedy routines at places like bar mitzvahs and small parties, later shifting to bars. 17-18 A mohel paid him to write jokes. 19 At the age of 13, he co-wrote a rough draft of Superbad with childhood friend Evan Goldberg, whom he had met at bar mitzvah classes. 19-20 Based on their teenage experiences, Rogen and Goldberg spent the rest of their time in high school polishing the script. They initially worried that American Pie, 1999, had beaten them to the idea for the movie, but they decided that the film managed to totally avoid all honest interaction between characters, which is what we're going for. 4. His mother was supportive of his comic endeavors and would often drive him to stand-up gigs at the comedy club Yuck Yucks. 19 With his deadpan humor, he placed second in the Vancouver Amateur Comedy Contest at 16 years old. 17 Also when Rogen was 16, his father lost his job and his mother quit hers, forcing them to put their house up for sale and relocate to a significantly smaller apartment. Around this time, he landed a role on Judd Apatow's television show Freaks and Geeks after attending a local casting call. 5-19 Rogen dropped out of high school, began working for Apatow 21-22 and relocated with his family to Los Angeles. Rogen paid the bills and had become the main wage earner at just 16. 5. Career. 1999 to 2006, early work and friendship with Judd Apatow. Rogen's acting debut was as Ken Miller, a cynical, acerbic freak in Freaks and Geeks, an eventual cult hit series first released in 1999. 5 Revolving around a group of teenagers' lives, Freaks and Geeks first aired in 1999 and was well reviewed. The show was NBC's lowest viewed program and was cancelled after one season due to poor ratings. 21-23 Impressed with Rogen's improvisational skills, 19 Apatow then chose him as the lead in another of his shows, Undeclared. Rogen was originally set to play a fairly popular college freshman, but the network did not think he was leading man material. Apatow opted not to go along with the show. 19 Rogen also served as a staff writer to the short-lived production. 24-25 Following the show's cancellation in 2002, Rogen did not get many auditions, which was not upsetting to him, as he always thought he would achieve better success as a writer. 26 He was soon part of Apatow's Frat Pack, a close-knit group that included Steve Carell and Paul Rudd. 17 Of the awkwardness of a grown man spending so much time with a teenaged Rogen, Apatow said, "I'm such a comedy fan that, even though he's 16, I know I'm hanging out with one of the guys who's going to be one of the great comics. 19. To stimulate their creativity, Apatow gave Rogen and Goldberg unusual writing tasks, such as turning an idea of his into a movie in 10 days, and coming up with 101-page film ideas. 26. Regarding Apatow's professional effect on him, Rogen said in 2009, "Obviously, I can't stress how important Judd's been to my career." 17. Rogen had roles in Donnie Darko, 2001, and Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy, 2004. 27. A big career point for him was becoming a staff writer for Sacha Baron Cohen's last season of The Ali G Show in 2004. 22. Along with the show's other writers, Rogen received a Primetime Emmy Award nomination. 28. He became familiar to audiences as one of the main character's co-workers in Apatow's well-reviewed buddy comedy directorial debut feature The 40-Year-Old Virgin, 2005, 2930, which Rogen also co-produced, and in which he improvised all his dialogue. 2231. Rogen hadn't done any screen work that indicated he could carry as memorable and convincing a performance as he does with the character Cal, MTV's John Constantine wrote. 27. The Boston Globe reviewer Wesley Morris wrote that Rogen, along with co-stars Rudd and Romany Malco, were each hilarious in their own right. 32. The Orlando Sentinel's Roger Moore believed that Rogen had his moments in the film. 33. Whereas Moira MacDonald of the Seattle Times said the actor was droopily deadpan. 34. Rogen followed this with a small role in You, Me, and Dupree, 2006, a critically panned comedy featuring Matt Dillon, Kate Hudson, and Owen Wilson. 35. 2007 to 2009, breakthrough as a leading man. Rogen in 2007. Rogen's breakthrough came when Universal Studios greenlit him for the lead in yet another Apatow production, Knocked Up, 2007, a romantic comedy that follows the repercussions of a drunken one-night stand between his slacker character and Katherine Heigl's just-promoted media personality that results in an unintended pregnancy. On completing The 40-Year-Old Virgin, Apatow had approached Rogen about potential starring roles, but the actor suggested many high-concept science fiction ideas. After Apatow insisted that he would work better in real-life situations, the two agreed on the accidental pregnancy concept of this production. 36. Rogen called shooting sex scenes with Heigl nerve-wracking and was grateful for the supporting cast for shifting some of the film's focus away from him. 37. 38. Made on a $30 million budget and released on June 1, Knocked Up was a critical and commercial hit, garnering an approval rating of 90% on review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes and grossing $219 million. 39. 40. Rogen also received favorable reviews. 41. 42. Later that year, he played a supporting part as an irresponsible police officer in Superbad, which he wrote with his writing partner, Evan Goldberg, and was co-produced by Apatow. Michael Cera and Jonah Hill originate the main roles, two teenage best friends whose party plans go wrong, based on them. For critics outsiders the film and its writing, finding it very authentic. 43. And it topped the US box office for 2 weeks. 44. Rogen then made a vocal cameo appearance in the animated film Shrek the Third, also released in 2007. 45. And hosted Saturday Night Live in October 2007. 46. Rogen's projects in 2008 included Jimmy Hayward's Horton Hears a Who, an animated film based on the Dr. Seuss book, where Rogen voiced Morton the Mouse. 47. And the fantasy film The Spiderwick Chronicles, where he voiced a hobgoblin. 48. He additionally co-wrote Drillbit Taylor, also produced by Apatow and starring Owen Wilson as the homeless titular character. 49. He based the screenplay on a 70-page script done by John Hughes. 50. The movie was panned by critics who thought its plot, a grown man becoming 3 kids' bodyguard and beating up their bullies, had no focus and was too drawn out. If Superbad were remade as a gimmicky Nickelodeon movie, it would probably look something like Drillbit Taylor, Josh Bell wrote in the Las Vegas Weekly. 51. Rogen voiced another animated movie, Kung Fu Panda, with Jack Black and Angelina Jolie. 52 It did exceptionally well in theaters, making more than $630 million. 53 He made a cameo appearance in the comedy Step Brothers, released in July. 54 Rogen, Goldberg, and Apatow were behind the stoner action comedy Pineapple Express directed by David Gordon Green at Columbia Pictures. Apatow produced it while Rogen and Goldberg wrote the script. 55 Rogen was chosen to play the film's protagonist, a 25-year-old who accidentally witnesses a murder while delivering a subpoena. James Franco was cast as his hippie pot dealer with whom he becomes a fugitive. When asked about its inspiration, Rogen said, "I write what I know." 56 Pineapple Express was released to theaters in August and made $101 million against its $27 million production budget. 57 Critics lauded it, appreciating the performances and humor. 55-58 In April 2008, Empire reported Rogen and Goldberg would write an episode for the animated television series The Simpsons. 59 He also voiced a character in the episode 60 titled Homer the Whopper, which opened the 21st season. 61 Kevin Smith's romantic comedy Zack and Miri Make a Porno rounded out 2008 for the actor. He and Elizabeth Banks portrayed the title roles of two Pennsylvania roommates who try to make some extra cash by making an adult film together. After having difficulty trying to secure an R rating, Rogen commented to MTV, "It's a really filthy movie," but complained, "It's really crazy to me that Hostel is fine, with people gouging their eyes out and shit like that, but you can't show two people having sex, that's too much." 62 The picture was distributed on Halloween by the Weinstein Company and disappointed at the box office. 63 Along with Reese Witherspoon, he voiced a character in the animated science fiction Monsters vs. Aliens, 2009, which did well commercially, with a total of $381.5 million. 64 He then starred in the Jody Hill directed mall cop comedy Observe and Report 65, in which he portrayed bipolar mall security guard Ronnie Barnhart. The film opened in theaters on April 10. Critics noted a departure in Rogen's acting style from playing laid-back roles to playing a more sadistic character. Wesley Morris from the Boston Globe opined that often with Rogen, his vulnerability makes his coarseness safe. Ronnie is something altogether new for Rogen. Vulnerability never arrives. He's shameless. 66 Later in 2009, Rogen starred in Apatow's third directorial feature, Funny People, with Adam Sandler. Rogen played a young, inexperienced comic while Sandler played a mentor of sorts to his character. The film had more dramatic elements in it than Apatow's previous efforts. 67 Funny People was a commercial failure, coming up short of earning back its $75 million budget. 68 The film received generally positive reviews from critics, with a consensus that it had considerable emotional depth. 69 Rogen hosted Saturday Night Live again in 2009, where the music video for the Lonely Island song Like a Boss, in which he starred, premiered. 70 2010 to 2014, venture into directing and controversy. After years of development, a feature film adaptation of The Green Hornet was handled by Rogen and Goldberg, with a theatrical release in January 2011. Rogen chose to do a reimagining of the title character. 17 He was executive producer of the movie and also cast himself as the main character. Rogen later admitted to having been overwhelmed by handling its $120 million budget. "It's insane. But it's not so much the specific amount of money that's stressful, it's all the things that go along with making a movie of that size." 71 The actor also went on a strict weight loss diet to play the slim crime fighter. 17 The Green Hornet was a critical disappointment. Adam Graham of the Detroit News called it a big, sloppy, loud, grating mess of a movie. 72 And the Arizona Republic's Bill Goody Kuntz found its story to have fallen apart. 73 Nonetheless, it still opened at number 1 at the box office, making $33 million in its opening weekend before going on to gross more than $225 million. 74 In 2011, Rogen and Evan Goldberg founded the production company Point Grey Pictures, named after Point Grey Secondary School, which they both attended. 75. Rogen at the 2013 WonderCon. Rogen provided the voice and motion capture for the titular character, a grey alien, in the science fiction comedy Paul, 2011. 76. The film also starred Simon Pegg and Nick Frost as a pair of geeks who help Paul escape from FBI agents. 77. He reprised his voice role in Kung Fu Panda 2. 78. As well as produced and took a supporting role in Jonathan Levin's 50/50ths. The dramedy about cancer was based on an autobiographical script by screenwriter Will Reiser. 79. And was released in September 2011. The drama Take This Waltz, his fourth film of 2011, featured Rogen as a man whose wife, played by Michelle Williams, explores a new relationship with another man. 80. From 2011 to 2015, Rogen played Dirty Randy, a librarian and pornographer, in the sitcom The League, in addition to writing 2 episodes. 81. Rogen hosted the 27th Independent Spirit Awards in February 2012, and the road movie The Guilt Trip, co-starring Barbra Streisand, was released in cinemas that December. 82. The film was about an inventor, Rogen, who invites his mother, Streisand, on a road trip, as he attempts to sell his new product while also reuniting her with a lost love. 83. In 2013, Rogen and his screenwriting collaborator, Evan Goldberg, made their directorial debut with This Is the End, a comedy featuring Rogen, Jay Baruchel, James Franco, Jonah Hill, Craig Robinson, and Danny McBride playing fictional versions of themselves facing a global apocalypse. The film received positive reviews and was number 2 at the box office on its opening weekend. 84. 85. Rogen recurred on the revived 4th season of the comedy series Arrested Development in May 2013, playing a young George Bluth Sr. Played by Jeffrey Tambor, in several flashback scenes. 86. He co-wrote the foreword for the 2014 book Console Wars, Sega, Nintendo, and the Battle That Defined a Generation by Blake J. Harris, and was reported be working on an adaptation with Goldberg. 87. Rogen hosted Saturday Night Live for a 3rd time in 2014. 88. That May, Rogen starred in Neighbors with Rose Byrne and Zac Efron, which was directed by Nicholas Stoller. In the film, Rogen and Byrne play a couple that comes into conflict with a fraternity, led by Efron's character, living next door. 89. The film became Rogen's highest-grossing non-animated film, having grossed over $270 million globally. 90. Rogen and Evan Goldberg co-directed and co-wrote the story for the action comedy The Interview, starring Rogen and James Franco as a pair of journalists who are recruited by the CIA to assassinate North Korean leader Kim Jong-un after setting up an interview with him. In June 2014, North Korea threatened a merciless retaliation on the United States if it did not ban the interview, labeling the movie an act of war and a wanton act of terror, and Rogen himself a gangster filmmaker. 91. In December, Sony Pictures announced that it was canceling the release of the movie after a cyber attack on the studio, allegedly tied to North Korea and threats made subsequently by Kim Jong-un. 92. As a result of criticism of this decision, Sony subsequently made the film available online and it allowed a theatrical release on December 25, 2014. 92. Drawing mixed opinions from film critics. Scott Foundas of Variety found the film to be about as funny as a communist food shortage, and just as protracted. 93. While the Daily Telegraph critic Robbie Collin opined that it was a raucous, abrasive, snort-out-loud satire with mischief in its heart and methane in its gut. 94. It grossed $11.3 million in theaters. 95. But had strong online sales and rentals. 96. Also in 2014, Rogen made cameo appearances in the comedy 22 Jump Street as the double of Jonah Hill's character and in James Franco's drama The Sound and the Fury as a telegrapher. 97-98. During the time, Rogen and Goldberg, through their Point Grey Pictures company, had set up a joint venture with major client Good Universe to set up mainstream comedy films. 99. 2015, present, career expansion. Rogen portrayed Apple Incorporated co-founder Steve Wozniak in the Danny Boyle, directed Steve Jobs biopic, 2015, based on a screenplay by Aaron Sorkin. His performance in the film was widely praised, and he was commended by Wozniak himself for doing an excellent job. 101. In November 2015, Rogen starred alongside Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Anthony Mackie in the Christmas-themed comedy The Night Before as three best friends who annually reunite to celebrate Christmas Eve. 102. In 2016, he reprised his voice role as Master Mantis in Kung Fu Panda 3 and as Mac Radner in the Neighbors sequel Neighbors 2, Sorority Rising. 103. 104. Along with Goldberg and Sam Catlin, Rogen developed the television series Preacher for Sony Pictures Television, which premiered on AMC in May 2016. 105. The show is based on the comic book series of the same name that was created by Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon and follows a small-town preacher named Jesse Custer, played by Dominic Cooper, who possesses a superpower that allows him to command others to do as he says. 106. His last release of 2016 was the animated comedy Sausage Party, which, in addition to voicing the lead character Frank, a sausage that tries to escape his fate in a supermarket, he co-wrote and produced. Sausage Party became the most commercially successful R-rated animated film of all time, overtaking South Park, Bigger, Longer and Uncut, 1999. 107. Associated Press critic Lindsay Barr wrote of the film, "There is no one out there making comedies quite like Rogen and Goldberg. They are putting their definitive stamp on the modern American comedy, one decency smashing double entendre at a time." 108. Rogen at the 2018 San Diego Comic-Con. Along with Evan Goldberg, Rogen directed and executive produced the science fiction comedy series Future Man, starring Josh Hutcherson, which premiered on the streaming service Hulu in November 2017. 109. The same year, Rogen and Goldberg also co-directed a short commercial film for Walmart, titled Bananastown 110, and Rogen portrayed Sandy Schklair, the script supervisor for The Room director and star Tommy Wiseau, played by James Franco, in the Franco-directed film The Disaster Artist, based on the book of the same name, which chronicles the making of the 2003 film The Room. 111. Rogen, as the founder of Hilarity for Charity, an organization that raises funds for Alzheimer's research and support, hosts an annual fundraising comedy event named after the organization. 112. The sixth event was broadcast through the streaming service Netflix in April 2018. 112. In July 2018, it was announced that Rogen was to voice public service announcements in his native Vancouver's TransLink Transit System 113 and Toronto's Toronto Transit Commission. 114. Rogen co-starred alongside Kristen Bell and Kelsey Grammer as the love interest of Bell's character in the 2018 comedy drama Like Father, directed by Rogen's wife, Lauren Miller. 115. In 2019, Rogen starred opposite Charlize Theron in the romantic comedy Long Shot, as an unemployed journalist who reconnects with his childhood love interest and babysitter, Theron, who has become a major political figure. 116. Rogen in 2019. Rogen co-starred in the 2019 remake of the animated musical film The Lion King, 1994, 117, voicing the warthog Pumbaa, who rescues the film's protagonist Simba with his friend Timon, voiced by Donald Glover and Billy Eichner, respectively. 118. He sang 3 songs in the film, which were included on the soundtrack release. 119. Rogen said that, as an actor, I don't think I'm right for every role. There are a lot of roles I don't think I'm right for even in movies I'm making, but Pumbaa was one I knew I could do well. 120. It had a middling reception from critics, and became one of the highest-grossing films of all time with earnings of more than $1.663 billion. 121 Rogen and Eichner received praise for their chemistry. 123 In 2019, Rogen also produced the comedy Good Boys, starring Jacob Tremblay for Universal Pictures, and the television shows The Boys and Black Monday, directing the pilot for the latter show with Goldberg. 124 In 2021, he voiced Alan the Alien in the animated series Invincible, in which he also serves as producer. Rogen filmed scenes for the James Franco film Zeroville in 2014, which was not released until 2019. 125. In 2020, it was announced that Rogen would serve as a producer for the animated film, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, 2023. 126 In addition to producing, he co-wrote it 127 and provided the voice of Bebop. 129 Rogen's first book, Yearbook, was published in May 2021. 130 Yearbook is a memoir that features a collection of essays spanning from Rogen's adolescence to his experiences in Hollywood. 130 In September 2021, Nintendo announced in a Nintendo Direct presentation that Rogen would be voicing Donkey Kong in the 2023 animated film The Super Mario Bros. Movie. 131 With a spin-off film focused around the character planned, as well. 132 In 2023, it was announced that Rogen will serve as an executive producer, and appear as a guest judge, in the upcoming Canadian reality competition series The Great Canadian Pottery Throwdown. 133 Also in 2023, Rogen was cast alongside Aziz Ansari and Keanu Reeves in Ansari's film directorial debut, Good Fortune. 134 The project began filming in January 2024, with Keke Palmer posting on her Instagram page that she had joined Rogen as part of the cast that same month. 135. Political views and activism. Politically, Rogen describes himself as left-wing. Citation needed. Rogen has been active in raising awareness of Alzheimer's disease. The disease runs in his wife's family and has affected her mother for several years. I think until you see it firsthand, it's kind of hard to conceive of how brutal it is, Rogen said to CNN. Until I saw it, you just don't get kind of how heartbreaking it can be. 136. During the interview, he talked about how he tries to be emotionally supportive and around as much as he can for his mother-in-law. Both he and Lauren spoke to Larry King for a Larry King special, Unthinkable, The Alzheimer's Epidemic, which aired in April 2011. 136 Rogen testified about the disease and his charity before the United States Senate Appropriations Subcommittee on Labor, Health, and Human Services on February 26, 2014. 137 Rogen started the Hilarity for Charity movement to inspire change and raise awareness of Alzheimer's disease among the millennial generation. 138 Rogen and his wife also initiated the Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Grant Program with Home Instead Senior Care to provide free at-home care to senior citizens. 139 On February 25, 2016, Rogen and Miller were honored with the Unite Together accolade from Unite for Humanity for their work promoting awareness and raising money for Alzheimer's disease research through Hilarity for Charity. 140. Rogen appeared in a Bud Light commercial celebrating LGBT Pride Month and the Supreme Court of the United States ruling that granted same-sex couples the right to marry. 141 Rogen is a member of Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity, Lambda Delta chapter, at the University of Vermont. He was initiated in April 2017 after his fourth visit to the campus for his Hilarity for Charity movement. 142 Rogen is also a member of National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws and an open marijuana user. 144 Rogen and his longtime friend and collaborator Evan Goldberg launched the cannabis company Houseplant in Canada in 2019. 145. In June 2018, Rogan was invited by Mitt Romney to speak at a seminar for awareness of Alzheimer's disease hosted by Romney in Park City, Utah. Speaker of the House of Representatives, Paul Ryan, was in attendance, asking Rogan for a photo after Ryan's children engaged Rogan in conversation. Rogan refused, stating in an interview with Stephen Colbert, "I look over and his kids are standing right there expectantly, clearly fans of mine, and I said, 'No way, man,' and telling Ryan, 'Furthermore, I hate what you're doing to the country at this moment, and I'm counting the days until you no longer have one iota of the power that you currently have.'" 146. On July 3, 2018, Rogan criticized Twitter and its CEO Jack Dorsey, claiming he had a bizarre need to verify white supremacists. 147. Variety reported that he was directly in touch with Dorsey over the issue. 148. Several media outlets, including Fortune 149, speculated that Rogan was referring to alt-right figure Jason Kessler, and the Proud Boys in particular. 150. 151. Rogan is a supporter of the Black Lives Matter movement. 152. On the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, Rogan said in 2020 that he had been fed a huge amount of lies about Israel growing up, commenting, "They never tell you that, oh, by the way, there were people there. They make it seem like it was just like sitting there, like the fucking doors open." He mentioned his belief that anti-Semitism has remained pervasive and prevalent, but also spoke to the importance of a strong Jewish diaspora. "You don't keep something you're trying to preserve all in one place." 153. Seth Rogen, in an interview with Mark Maron, said the following about Israel: "Throughout my life, we have been told significant falsehoods about Israel. The fact that Israel established a Jewish state on Palestinian land is often overlooked, and people are rarely informed that, in addition to that, there were Palestinians living there." 154. Rogan later elaborated, "I think that it's a tricky conversation to have in jest. And that's something that perhaps I now look at and say, oh, now that we joked about that, perhaps we could clarify some things so people don't run around thinking that I think Israel shouldn't exist anymore. And I'm sensitive to Jewish people being hurt, as a Jewish person. And I'm sensitive to Jewish people thinking I'm not a proud Jewish person, which I am. Truthfully, I think my pride in being Jewish and how deeply I identify as a Jewish person perhaps made me feel like I was able to say things without as much context as perhaps I should give them, you know what I'm saying? And I am sensitive to Jews thinking that I don't think Israel should not exist sick, and that there are a lot of Jewish people who are alive who wouldn't be without Israel. And my parents met in Israel, I've been to Israel several times." 155. During the 2025 ceremony of the Breakthrough Prize, Rogan, who was presenting a physics prize alongside Edward Norton, attracted attention with some unscripted jokes regarding the science policy of the second Donald Trump administration. They appeared to target some figures of the tech oligarchy linked to the Breakthrough Prize. 156. He stated that it's amazing that others in this room underwrote electing a man who, in the last week, single-handedly destroyed all of American science, and, it's amazing how much good science you can destroy with $320 million and RFK Jr., very fast. 157. The comments were edited out from the YouTube broadcast, which aired a week later. 158. Personal life. Rogan with his wife, Lauren Miller, at the 69th Annual Golden Globes Awards in 2012. Rogan began dating writer and actress Lauren Miller in 2004. They met while he was working on The Ali G Show. 22. They became engaged on September 29, 2010. 159. And married on October 2, 2011, in Sonoma County, California. 160. Miller has had minor on-screen roles in a few of Rogan's films. 161. They have stated they do not plan to have children. 162. Rogan created a cannabis brand in Toronto, Ontario, with his friend Evan Goldberg. 163 After attending pottery classes with his wife in 2017, he began making ceramics. 164 He cites artist Kenneth Price as an inspiration. Kristen Wiig 1/Wiig/ born August 22, 1973, is an American actress, comedian, screenwriter, and producer. First breaking through as a performer with the Los Angeles comedy troupe The Groundlings, Wiig achieved stardom in the late 2000s for her 7-season tenure on the NBC sketch comedy series Saturday Night Live, SNL, from 2005 to 2012. 2. During her stint at Saturday Night Live, Wiig received 4 nominations for the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series. She also took on supporting roles in the comedy films Knocked Up, 2007, and Paul, 2011, and co-wrote and starred in Bridesmaids, 2011, which was critically and commercially successful. The film earned her nominations for a Golden Globe Award for Best Actress and the Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay. After leaving Saturday Night Live, Wiig appeared in the films The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, 2013, The Skeleton Twins, 2014, The Diary of a Teenage Girl, 2015, The Martian, 2015, Ghostbusters, 2016, Downsizing, 2017, Mother, 2017, and Wonder Woman 1984, 2020. She also voiced characters in the animated films Ice Age, Dawn of the Dinosaurs, 2009, The How to Train Your Dragon, 2010 to 2019, and Despicable Me, 2010, Present, film series, and Sausage Party, 2016. Wiig was nominated for a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress for her role in the comedy miniseries The Spoils of Babylon, 2014, and for a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series for her role in the comedy drama series Palm Royale, 2024. Time named Wiig as one of the 100 most influential people in the world in both 2012 and 2025. 3. Early life. Kristen Wiig was born in Canandaigua, New York, the daughter of John Arne Joseph Wiig, who ran a lake marina in western New York, and Lori Day, née Johnston, an artist. 5'6". She has an older brother Eric. Her father has Norwegian and Irish ancestry, and her mother, English and Scottish. 7. The name Wiig comes from the area of Vik in Sogn og Fjordane in Norway. 8. Kristen's paternal grandfather, Gunnar Ove Wiig, emigrated from Norway to the United States as a child and grew up in Rochester, New York, where he was an accomplished broadcaster for the Rochester Red Wings baseball team, and later became an executive at WHEC Radio, WHEC TV, and WROC TV. 9-10. Wiig moved with her family to Lancaster, Pennsylvania at the age of 3, and attended Nitrower Elementary School and Manheim Township Middle School until 8th grade. 11. When she was 13, she and her family returned to Rochester. 11. Where she attended Allendale Columbia School for 9th and 10th grades. 12. And graduated from Brighton High School. 13. Wiig attended Roanoke College, but soon returned to Rochester. She attended community college and embarked on a 3-month outdoor living program. She had no performing ambitions at the time. 14. She then attended the University of Arizona, majoring in art. When she took an acting class to fulfill a course requirement, the teacher suggested she continue to act. 15. She was hired by a plastic surgery clinic to draw post-surgery bodies, but the day before the job began, in a bookstore she spoke with a psychic who said she should be acting and writing in Los Angeles, so she decided to move to Los Angeles to pursue an acting career. 116. Career. SNL and early film roles, 2000 to 2010. Wiig relocated to Los Angeles to act while working odd jobs to support herself. 14-15. She performed with Empty Stage Comedy Theater 17 and The Groundlings. 18 She felt improvisation was a better fit than acting, and being a part of the comedy group improved her skills. 19 In 2003, she appeared in Spike TV's The Joe Schmo Show, a spoof of reality television, in which she portrayed Dr. Pat, a quack marriage counselor. She auditioned for Mad TV. 20 While at the Groundlings, Wiig's manager encouraged her to submit an audition tape to Saturday Night Live. She played the target lady on part of her audition tape. 21 She debuted on SNL shortly into season 31, on November 12, 2005. 2 She survived an SNL budget cut 22 and became a full cast member at the beginning of season 32 in 2006. A brunette woman wearing a black dress smiles. Wiig at an event for the 2008 Time 100. She was nominated for 4 Primetime Emmy Awards for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series for her work on SNL, 2009 to 2012. 23 Wiig headlined the 2009 Christmas special SNL Presents, A Very Gilly Christmas, featuring new sketches with her character Gilly and highlights of older SNL clips. She was featured in Entertainment Weekly's list of 15 great performances for her various impersonations on SNL 24, December 2008, and in U's list of the 25 funniest women in Hollywood, April 2009. 25 She voiced Lola Bunny in the series The Looney Tunes Show from 2011 to 2014. Wiig made her film debut in the 2006 Christmas film Unaccompanied Minors, and appeared in Judd Apatow's 2007 comedy Knocked Up as a passive-aggressive assistant. She also performed in Jake Kasdan's Walk Hard, another Apatow-produced film. Between 2008 and 2010, she had supporting roles in several studio comedies which had various degrees of success. She made a cameo appearance as Bear Trainer Girl in the 2008 comedy Semi-Pro, reuniting with SNL alum Will Ferrell. She played a yoga instructor in Forgetting Sarah Marshall and a self-involved surgeon in David Kirk's Ghost Town. Wiig co-starred in Greg Motola's 2009 coming-of-age dramedy Adventureland, voiced a beaver mom in the animated adventure film Ice Age, Dawn of the Dinosaurs, played a roller derby competitor in Whip It, Drew Barrymore's directorial debut, and appeared as the wife of a flavoring extracts company owner in Mike Judge's Extract. She had a brief role in Andrew Uretsky's 2010 drama All Good Things, starred opposite Will Forte and Ryan Phillip in MacGruber, and voiced 2 big-budget animated films, Despicable Me and How to Train Your Dragon, that kicked off 2 highly profitable film franchises. 26-27. Breakthrough, 2011 to 2016. Wiig's career had a turning point in 2011. The comedy Bridesmaids, which she wrote with fellow Groundlings performer Annie Mumolo, was released that spring by Universal Pictures to critical acclaim, making $167 million in North America and $280 million worldwide. 28-29 In her top-billed role, she played a single woman suffering a series of misfortunes after being asked to be her best friend's maid of honor. The New York Times wrote, a lanky-limbed blonde who evokes Meg Ryan stretched along olive oil lines, Ms. Wiig keeps her features jumping and sometimes bunching. She's a funny, pretty woman, but she's also a comedian, and she's wonderfully confident about playing not nice. Ms. Wiig, a longtime cast member of Saturday Night Live, and Ms. Mumolo, a veteran of the Los Angeles comedy troupe The Groundlings, know what female moviegoers want, honest laughs with, and not solely about, women. 30 For her work in the film, Wiig was nominated for the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress, Motion Picture Comedy or Musical and the Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay. Her last 2011 film was the romantic comedy Friends with Kids, where she played one half of a sex-obsessed couple, opposite Bridesmaids collaborator Maya Rudolph. It received positive reviews, who deemed it sharp, shrewd, and funny. 31 and was a success in limited release. 32. In the 2010s, Wiig was a prominent figure in Hollywood, acting in leading and supporting roles. The little-seen dramedy Revenge for Jolly, which premiered at the Tribeca Film Festival, was her first 2012 release. In the comedy Girl Most Likely, she headlined opposite Annette Bening as a playwright who stages a suicide in an attempt to win back her ex, only to wind up in the custody of her gambling addict mother. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 20% rating based on 85 reviews, with the site's consensus, largely witless and disappointingly dull. Girl Most Likely strands the gifted Kristen Wiig in a blandly hollow foray into scattershot sitcom territory. 33. Her final performance as a cast member on Saturday Night Live was season 37, episode 22, which aired on May 19, 2012 34 and was hosted by Mick Jagger. The closing celebration of her time on the show included SNL alumni Amy Poehler, Chris Kattan, Chris Parnell, Will Forte, and Rachel Dratch, as well as Steve Martin and John Hamm. She has since returned to host the program several times. 35. A brunette woman wearing a white dress with some lace detailing smiles. Wiig at the Sydney premiere of The Secret Life of Walter Mitty in 2013. Wiig again provided her voice for Despicable Me 2, released on June 5, 2013, and for the character of Sexy Kitten in the critically acclaimed sci-fi romantic drama Her, 2013. She portrayed the love interest and co-worker of the titular character in the adventure dramedy The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, also 2013, alongside Ben Stiller and Sean Penn. It polarized critics and was a moderate success. The New York Daily News praised Stiller and Wiig's sweet, mellow chemistry. 36 and Peter Travers of Rolling Stone found her to be lovely, low-key in the film, which he described as uniquely funny and unexpectedly tender. 37 Her other 2013 film was the comedy sequel Anchorman 2, The Legend Continues, in which she teamed with frequent collaborators Will Ferrell and Steve Carell. With Ferrell, she subsequently starred in the 6-episode miniseries The Spoils of Babylon, 2014, and its follow-up The Spoils Before Dying, 2015, as well as the Lifetime television movie A Deadly Adoption, 2015. 38 Wiig was nominated for a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Miniseries or a Movie for her role in The Spoils of Babylon. Hate Ship, Love Ship, 2014. Her next theatrically released production 39 was based on the 2001 short story Hate Ship, Friendship, Courtship, Love Ship, Marriage by Alice Munro. In it, she played a woman who must move to a new town to begin work as a housekeeper for an elderly man who needs help keeping house. Critics asserted that Wiig's vibrant performance is almost worth the price of admission, and it has to be, because Hate Ship Love Ship doesn't have much else going for it, as part of a mixed overall response. 40 In 2014, she also reprised her role in How to Train Your Dragon 2, and starred with Bill Hader in Craig Johnson's dramedy The Skeleton Twins, as estranged twins reuniting with the possibility of mending their relationship. The Skeleton Twins was an Arthur's success. 41 With the Globe and Mail remarking, Johnson's unfussy direction serves as a fine showcase for the two SNL veterans to demonstrate how their comic shorthand plays equally well in a slightly darker register. 42. For singer-songwriter SIA's performance of her 2014 single Chandelier at the 2015 Grammy Awards, Wiig danced alongside child dancer Maddie Ziegler. 43. In 2015, the dramedy Welcome to Me was released in selected theaters to a positive critical response. In it, Wiig played a multi-millionaire with borderline personality disorder who uses her newfound wealth to write and star in an autobiographical talk show. Rotten Tomatoes consensus was, a transfixing central performance by Kristen Wiig holds Welcome to Me together and compensates for its uneven stretches. 44. In her next film, another dramedy titled The Diary of a Teenage Girl, Wiig starred as a woman whose boyfriend starts a sexual relationship with her daughter. Like Welcome to Me, the film received a limited theatrical release and was favorably received by critics. 45. In 2015, she also played the director of media relations for NASA in the successful sci-fi drama The Martian, opposite Matt Damon, and starred as a family practitioner who is more interested in having a baby than having a boyfriend in the black comedy Nasty Baby, directed by Chilean filmmaker Sebastián Silva. 46. Wiig had 4 notable roles in 2016, including the comedy Zoolander 2, 2016, where she took on the role of a villain and the Queen of Haute Couture, alongside Ben Stiller, Owen Wilson, and Will Ferrell. 47. Ghostbusters featured Wiig as an author who bands with other paranormal enthusiasts to stop an otherworldly threat. 48. She also voiced a hot dog bun in the animated comedy Sausage Party, and played a woman planning a robbery in Masterminds. Later roles, 2017, present. In 2017, Wiig provided her voice for Despicable Me 3 and appeared in the film Downsizing, reuniting with Damon. 49. She was scheduled to star in and executive produce an Apple comedy series with Reese Witherspoon 50 but later withdrew from the project. 51. In 2020, she played the villain Cheetah in Wonder Woman 1984. 52. Wiig and Annie Mumolo co-wrote and co-starred in the 2021 comedy Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar, which received positive reviews. 53. Also in 2021, she played Aunt Carlotta in the Netflix film A Boy Called Christmas. 54. In 2024, she produced and starred in Palm Royale. Personal life. Wiig was married to actor Hayes Hargrove from 2005 to 2009, and dated the Strokes drummer Fabrizio Moretti from 2011 to 2013. 55. In 2019, after 3 years of dating, she became engaged to actor Avi Rothman. In January 2020, they became the parents of twins, a son and daughter, via surrogacy. 56. 57. 58. In February 2021, Wiig confirmed that she and Rothman had married. 59. In 2017, Wiig purchased Case Study House No. 10 in Pasadena, California. 60. She sold the historic structure to fellow actress Lily Collins in 2022. 61. And moved into a new home a few blocks away, also in Pasadena. Jonah Hill, born Jonah Hill Feldstein, December 20, 1983, is an American actor. Hill ranked 28th on Forbes' list of highest-paid actors from June 2014 to June 2015, at $16 million. One among his accolades are nominations for 2 Academy Awards, a BAFTA Award, and 2 Golden Globe Awards. Hill had comedic roles in films including The 40-Year-Old Virgin, 2005, Knocked Up, 2007, Superbad, 2007, Get Him to the Greek, 2010, 21, Jump Street, 2012, This Is the End, 2013, and 22, Jump Street, 2014. For his performances in Moneyball, 2011, and The Wolf of Wall Street, 2013, he was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. He also had roles in Cyrus, 2010, War Dogs, 2016, Don't Worry, He Won't Get Far on Foot, 2018, and Don't Look Up, 2021. Hill voiced characters in the animated films Horton Hears a Who, 2008, How to Train Your Dragon franchise, 2010 to 2019, Megamind, 2010, the Lego Movie franchise, 2014 to 2019, and Sausage Party, 2016. As a screenwriter, he contributed to the stories of 21 Jump Street, 22 Jump Street, Sausage Party, Why Him, 2016, and You People, 2023. He starred in the Netflix miniseries Maniac, 2018, and made his directorial debut with the film Mid-90s, 2018, for which he also wrote the screenplay. He directed and produced the documentary Stutz, 2022. Early life. Hill was born on December 20, 1983, in Los Angeles, California. His parents are Sharon Lynn, née Chalkin, a costume designer and fashion stylist, and Richard Feldstein, a tour accountant for Guns N' Roses. 345 He has a younger sister, actress Beanie Feldstein, b. 1993. Their older brother, Jordan Feldstein, 1977 to 2017, was a music manager for Robin Thicke and Maroon 5 until his sudden death at age 40 from a pulmonary embolism. 6789 Their parents were originally from Long Island, New York, and the family vacationed in the Catskill Mountains. 10. Hill and his siblings were raised in the wealthy Los Angeles neighborhood of Cheviot Hills, where he continues to reside. 1112 and attended the Center for Early Education, Brentwood School, and then Crossroads School 13 in Santa Monica. He worked at Hot Rod Skateboard Shop on Westwood Boulevard in Los Angeles. 1415 After graduating from high school in 2002, he attended the New School, Bard College, and the University of Colorado Boulder, but did not earn a degree. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Hill is Jewish. 21, 22, 23 and had a bar mitzvah ceremony. 24, 25, 26, 27. Career 2000s. Hill in 2007. In college, Hill began writing his own plays and performing them in the Black and White Bar in the East Village neighborhood of New York City. 28 His plays developed a small following and helped him realize that his true desire was to act in films. He was befriended by Dustin Hoffman's children, Rebecca and Jake, who introduced him to their father. 10 The elder Hoffman asked him to audition for a role in I Heart Huckabees, in which Hill made his film debut. 28-26. Hill then made a brief appearance in Judd Apatow's directorial debut, The 40-Year-Old Virgin. 29 which led to his appearing in the role of a virgin video game tester in the comedy Grandma's Boy, 2006, and roles in the comedies Accepted and Click, playing Adam Sandler's character's son in the latter. 30 He had a larger supporting role in the Apatow-directed Knocked Up, 2007. On television he played the RA guy on the first season of the Oxygen Network sitcom Campus Ladies, and guest starred in an episode of Clark and Michael. 31. His first leading role was in the Apatow-produced comedy Superbad, where he appeared with Michael Cera, in roles based on the teen years of the film's writers, Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg. 32 It is often cited as the film that launched Hill's and Cera's careers. 33 He followed it with an uncredited role as Dewey Cox's brother Nate in Walk Hard, The Dewey Cox Story in December 2007. 34 He hosted Saturday Night Live on March 15, 2008, featuring musical guest Mariah Carey. 35. Hill wanted to be a writer since he was young and dreamed of joining the writing teams of The Simpsons, Saturday Night Live, and The Larry Sanders Show. At one point, Hill was writing a screenplay with close friend and I Heart Huckabees co-star Jason Schwartzman. 28 He wrote Pure Imagination, a comedy for Sony about a man who develops an imaginary friend after a traumatic experience. Filming was expected to begin in 2008 but it has been stuck in development hell since then. 36. He next starred in Judd Apatow's third directorial feature, Funny People, 2009, which also starred Adam Sandler, Eric Bana, and Seth Rogen. He played Cooker in Fred Wolf's Strange Wilderness. He was an associate producer of the 2009 Sacha Baron Cohen mockumentary Bruno. 37 He guest starred in The Simpsons episode Pranks and Greens, portraying an immature man named Andy Hamilton who was hailed the best prankster in Springfield elementary school history. 38 He had an uncredited role in Night at the Museum, Battle of the Smithsonian as a security guard. 39. 2010s. After co-starring in Get Him to the Greek with Russell Brand, Hill started seeking more work in independent film. 40 He turned down a role as one of the three principals in The Hangover to work with directors Jay Duplass and Mark Duplass in Cyrus, 2010. 41, 42, 43. In July 2011, he appeared at ESPN's Aspie Awards sporting a much slimmer physique, stating he had lost 40 pounds, 18 kilograms. In November 2011, along with Sam Worthington and Dwight Howard. He starred in commercials for the video game Call of Duty: Modern Warfare 3, making his first appearance with his new look. 44 Also in 2011, he created the Fox animated series Alan Gregory with Andrew Magel and Gerard Paul. 45 It received very negative reviews. 46 and was cancelled by Fox on January 8, 2012. 47 Hill at the 2011 Toronto International Film Festival. In 2011, Hill starred in Bennett Miller's feature film Moneyball with Brad Pitt and Philip Seymour Hoffman. It garnered favorable reviews. Critics noted Hill's performance as a departure from his usual comedy roles. He received a Golden Globe nomination for Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role in a Motion Picture. 48 And in late January 2012, received his first Oscar nomination for Best Actor in a Supporting Role for the role. 49 In 2012, Hill co-starred with Channing Tatum in the film 21 Jump Street. It received an 84% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. 50 He co-wrote the treatment for the 2012 film 21 Jump Street with screenwriter Michael Bacall. 51 Later that year, Hill starred in the film The Watch with Ben Stiller and Vince Vaughn. 52 Hill was a co-producer on the movie Bruno and did some writing for Sacha Baron Cohen, who taught him how to become a better writer. 53 In 2011, it was announced that Hill was in talks to appear in Quentin Tarantino's film Django Unchained. 54 Citing a possible conflict with his commitment to The Watch, Hill lamented that to act in a Tarantino movie was the perfect next step in his career. 54 He was able to join the Django Unchained cast in a minor role, and it was released in 2012. 55 He was invited to join the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences in June 2012. 56 In 2013, Hill appeared in This Is the End as himself, and in the biographical film The Wolf of Wall Street. 57-58 and received his second Academy Award nomination for his work on the latter. In an interview with Howard Stern on January 21, 2014, Hill said he had accepted SAG's minimum wage of $60,000 for Wolf of Wall Street. 59 He voiced the Green Lantern in the adventure comedy The Lego Movie in February 2014, which blends computer animation and live action. 60 He reprised his role as Morton Schmidt in 22 Jump Street, 2014, the sequel to 21 Jump Street. 61 His next performance was as Michael Finkel in the mystery thriller True Story, 2015, with James Franco. 62 In 2016, he played a surety agent for a production company in the Coen Brothers period comedy Hail, Caesar, and starred alongside Miles Teller in the biographical crime war comedy drama War Dogs, 2016, playing arms dealer Ephraim Diveroli. 63-64 In The Guardian, Wendy Ide wrote of his performance, Jonah Hill is so repellent, all swagger, sweat and unapologetic sexism in War Dogs, that for a while, you don't immediately realize what a blitzkrieg of a performance he delivers. 65 That month, Hill also co-starred as a sausage named Carl in the adult animated comedy film Sausage Party, with Seth Rogen, Kristen Wiig, Bill Hader, Michael Cera, James Franco, Paul Rudd, Edward Norton, and Salma Hayek. 66 Hill starred with Joaquin Phoenix, Rooney Mara, and Jack Black in Don't Worry, He Won't Get Far on Foot, directed by Gus Van Sant. 67-68 He directed the music video for Danny Brown's song Ain't It Funny in 2017, featuring Van Sant. 69 Hill made his directorial debut from a screenplay he wrote with the film Mid-90s, 2018, starring Sonny Suljic, Lucas Hedges, and Catherine Waterston. 70 Which premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival on September 9, 2018, and was positively received. It was theatrically released in the United States on October 19, 2018. 71 Also in 2018, Hill starred as Owen Milgram in the Netflix dark comedy miniseries Maniac alongside Emma Stone. 72 In the October 2018 issue of Vanity Fair, he was named to the magazine's Best Dressed list. 73 In 2019, Hill played Lewis, a heavily Southern accented book agent, in the comedy The Beach Bum. Hill directed the music videos for the Sarah Bareilles song Gonna Get Over You from her 2010 album Kaleidoscope Heart, the Danny Brown song Ain't It Funny from his 2016 album Atrocity Exhibition, Travis Scott's song Wake Up from his 2018 album Astroworld, and the Vampire Weekend song Sunflower from their 2019 album Father of the Bride. On September 23, 2019, it was reported that Hill was in final negotiations to play the villain in Matt Reeves' The Batman. However, an agreement was not reached and Hill eventually departed the project. 74-75. 2020s. In 2020, Hill appeared alongside director Martin Scorsese in a commercial for Coca-Cola Energy, titled Show Up, which aired during Super Bowl 54. 76. Hill was cast in Adam McKay's political comedy satire Don't Look Up alongside Meryl Streep, Leonardo DiCaprio, Cate Blanchett, Jennifer Lawrence, Timothy Chalamet, and Mark Rylance. 77. Streep said on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert that she would be playing the President of the United States, with Hill playing the role of her son and chief of staff. The film is set around a global catastrophe and is described by Streep as a Doctor Strangelove type of satirical film and a metaphor for global warming. 78. The film was filmed in Massachusetts during the COVID-19 pandemic and was released on Netflix in December 2021. 79. In November 2021, Hill was cast as Jerry Garcia in the biopic feature of the Grateful Dead directed by Martin Scorsese. He will also produce the project under his Strong Baby banner along with Matt Dines. 80. Hill directed, and appears in, Stutz, a 2022 Netflix documentary. In 2023, he starred in You People, together with Eddie Murphy, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and Lauren London. Hill is set to direct Keanu Reeves in the upcoming film Outcome, with filming to begin in March 2024. 81-82. That month, actress Cameron Diaz was in final talks to star alongside Reeves and Hill. 83. Filming began on the project in the middle of that month. 84. Personal life. In July 2011, Hill appeared at the 2011 ESPN ESPY Awards having lost a significant amount of weight. He later said he had done so to seek more serious roles. He explained that he consulted with a trainer and a nutritionist, and had changed his diet to mainly sushi. 85. In 2016, Architectural Digest reported that Hill bought a 4-bedroom loft in the NoHo neighborhood of Manhattan in New York City. 86. Hill is known to train in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and described it as humbling. 87. In October 2019, he and Gianna Santos were engaged. They ended the engagement in October 2020. 88. Hill says, TM transcendental meditation along with surfing, I'd say that those two things have changed my happiness level and my ability to cope with stress, anxiety, and depression. They've really helped. 89. In October 2021, Hill asked fans to stop making comments about his physical appearance, stating, I know you mean well, but I kindly ask that you not comment on my body, good or bad. I want to politely let you know it's not helpful and doesn't feel good. Much respect. 90. Hill legally dropped Feldstein from his name in 2023. 91-92 people reported in the same year that he welcomed his first child with girlfriend Olivia Miller. 93. In 2023, Hill was accused of being emotionally abusive and a misogynist narcissist by ex-girlfriend Sarah Brady, whom he dated in 2021. Brady, a surfing instructor and law student, publicly shared several text exchanges between the pair in which Hill said he could not continue the relationship if she continued surfing with other men, posting pictures of herself in a swimsuit, and spending time with friends he did not approve of. 94-95-96. During the same month, former child actress Alexa Nikolas accused Hill of shoving her against a door and kissing her without her consent during a party at Justin Long's house when she was 16 years old and he was 24. Nikolas alleged to Business Insider that Hill and Long were supplying her with alcohol the entire night and stated that what Hill did to her was a crime. 97 A litigation attorney working for Hill called Nikolas's accusations a complete fabrication, stating that the event never happened and that Nikolas is demonstrably unreliable and a serial accuser. 98 A representative for Long said that he has no knowledge of what may or may not have happened concerning Ms. Nikolas. Michael Austin Sarah/SR/Sare, Italian, Terra, born June 7, 1988, is a Canadian actor. Over his career he has received nominations for a British Academy Film Award, 3 Critics' Choice Movie Awards, 4 Screen Actors Guild Awards, and a Tony Award. Sarah became known for portraying leading roles in a string of comedic films such as Superbad, 2007, Juno, 2007, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, 2010, Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, 2008, and Youth in Revolt, 2009. He took supporting roles in both comedies and dramas including Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, 2002, This Is the End, 2013, Molly's Game, 2017, Person to Person, 2017, Gloria Bell, 2019, Barbie, 2023, Dream Scenario, 2023, and The Phoenician Scheme, 2025. He voiced Dick Grayson/Robin in the Lego Batman movie, 2017. Sarah gained prominence portraying George Michael Bluth in the Fox sitcom Arrested Development from 2003 to 2006 and then again from 2013 to 2019. He took a leading role in the Hulu comedy series Life and Beth, 2022 to 2024, and voiced roles including Brother Bear in the PBS children's series The Berenstain Bears, Hank in Paws of Fury, The Legend of Hank, 2022, and reprising his roles as Scott Pilgrim in the Netflix series Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, 2023, and Barry, a Sausage in Sausage Party, 2016, and its Amazon Prime Video sequel series Sausage Party, Foodtopia, 2024. Sarah is also known for his Broadway performances in the Kenneth Lonergan plays This Is Our Youth in 2014, Lobby Hero in 2018, for which he received a nomination for the Tony Award for Best Featured Actor in a Play, and the Waverly Gallery in 2019. In addition to acting, Sarah is a musician, having released his debut album True That in 2014. Sarah has also performed as the touring bassist for indie rock supergroup Mr. Heavenly. Early life. Sarah was born on June 7, 1988, in Brampton, Ontario. He is the son of Linda, née Cockman, and Luigi Serra, a technician. He is of Sicilian descent through his father. 2. His parents both worked for Xerox. 3. Sarah has an older sister, Jordan, and a younger sister, Molly. He became interested in acting after viewing Ghostbusters repeatedly when sick with the chicken pox at the age of 3. 4. Sarah memorized all the dialogue and idolized Bill Murray. 5. He enrolled in the Second City, Toronto, and took improvisation classes. 5. Sarah attended Conestoga Public School, Robert H. Lagerquist Senior Public School, and Heart Lake Secondary School until grade 9. After starting acting, he completed school online through grade 12. 6-7. Career. 1999 to 2008, child acting and breakthrough. His first role was an unpaid appearance in a Tim Hortons summer camp commercial. 6-7-8. That appearance eventually landed him a position in a Pillsbury commercial, in which he poked the Pillsbury Doughboy and had his first role with lines. 9. In 1999, Sarah was cast as Larabe Hicks in the Canadian children's show I Was a Sixth Grade Alien, which ran for 2 seasons. 10. That year, he also appeared in the television films What Katie Did and Switching Goals, starring the Olsen twins. 11. The next year Sarah made his theatrical film debut in the science fiction film Frequency, 2000, as the son of Noah Emmerich's character. 11. Sarah also appeared in the film Steal This Movie. And Ultimate G's, Zach's Flying Dream in 2000. He had his first leading role in the latter film, which was presented in IMAX theaters. 12. 13. Sarah appeared in several television films in 2001, including My Louisiana Sky and The Familiar Stranger. He also began voicing Josh Spitz in the animated series Brace Face, which he continued until 2004. 11. In 2002, Sarah played the young Chuck Barris, played by Sam Rockwell, in the George Clooney-directed film Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. 14. He provided the voice for Brother Bear, an anthropomorphic bear, in the 2003 The Berenstain Bears animated series, which aired for 3 seasons. 13. Arrested Development never felt safe. Even the first season, we did 13 episodes, and we thought we'd never do a back 9. So I never thought in a million years we'd get to make 3 seasons. I was happy we got that far. I thought it was really good, and I'm really proud of it. I don't think we made a bad episode. Michael Cera, Esquire, 2009, 9. He had a role in the critically panned Fox pilot The Grubs in 2002, which was never aired. 15-16. But Sarah successfully auditioned for a part in another Fox sitcom, Arrested Development. This began airing in November 2003 and ran for 3 seasons. 16. The show follows the formerly wealthy and dysfunctional Bluth family, with Sarah playing George Michael Bluth, the teenage son of character Michael Bluth, played by Jason Bateman. 17. After 3 seasons, Fox canceled the series in 2006 due to low viewership, although it had received critical acclaim. 18. In 2006, Sarah created and starred in a parody of Impossible Is Nothing, a video resume created by Alexei Vayner. 19. Sarah and his Arrested Development co-star Alia Shawkat guest starred as a pair of college students in the teen noir drama Veronica Mars, in the episode The Rapes of Groff in 2006. 20. Along with best friend Clark Duke, Sarah wrote and starred in a series of short videos released on their website. 16. Duke originated the idea, as he was enrolled at Loyola Marymount University and used their videos for his film school studies. 21. In 2007, the pair signed a deal with CBS Television to write, produce, direct, and act in a short-form comedy series entitled Clark and Michael. The show featured guest stars such as David Cross, Andy Richter, and Patton Oswalt, and was distributed via CBS's internet channel, CBS Innertube. 22. Sarah in 2007. In May 2007, Sarah appeared in a staged comedy video that shows him being fired from the lead role of the film Knocked Up, after belittling and arguing with its director Judd Apatow, in a scene that mocks the David O. Russell blow-up on the set of I Heart Huckabees. 16. Sarah starred in the Apatow-produced teen comedy Superbad alongside Jonah Hill. Their characters in the film, 2 virgin teenagers about to graduate from high school whose party plans go awry, were based on the comedy's writers Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg. 23. Superbad was released in cinemas in August 2007, topping the US box office for 2 weeks in a row. 24. Sarah's performance was critically acclaimed. The Atlantic reviewer said that the film belongs to Michael Cera for capturing teenage sexual abashment as indelibly as he did in the role of George Michael on Arrested Development. 25. The New York Times said that he was excellent and CNN praised Sarah and Hill for playing off each other beautifully. 26-27. In November 2007, Sarah hosted a live, staged version of Saturday Night Live. It was not broadcast due to the ongoing 2007 Writers Guild of America strike. 28-7. In his second film of 2007, Sarah co-starred in Juno as Polly Bleecker, a teenager who has impregnated his longtime school friend Juno, played by Elliot Page. 29. For Superbad and Juno, Sarah won Breakthrough Artist in the Austin Film Critics Association Awards 2007, and was included in Entertainment Weekly's 30 Under 30 list in February 2008. 3031. Sarah starred alongside Kat Dennings in the romantic comedy drama Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, 2008, in which they played two strangers who bond over their shared love of a band and try to find their secret show. 32. He starred in the comedy Extreme Movie, 2008, which was composed of vignettes focusing on teen sex. 33. Sarah held a recurring role on the comedy series Children's Hospital from 2008 to 2016 as Sal Viscuso, a hospital staffer who is known only by his voice through an intercom. 34. 2009 to 2013, varied success and stage debut. Sarah dressed as Captain America to promote Scott Pilgrim vs. the World at the 2010 San Diego Comic-Con. Sarah played a fictionalized version of himself in the independent romantic comedy Paper Heart, 2009. It explored the fictional relationship between Sarah and the film's writer Charlene Yi, also playing herself. Sarah and Yi composed the film's score together. 35. That year Sarah starred opposite Jack Black in the comedy Year One, set during the Stone Age. The film, directed by Harold Ramis, was poorly received, although Time magazine critic Mary Paul said that Sarah's performance saved the film from being a catastrophe. 36. In his final film of 2009, Sarah starred in Youth in Revolt, an adaptation of the eponymous novel. He played a shy teenager named Nick Twisp who creates a destructive alter ego, Francois Dillinger, after becoming smitten with a girl, played by Portia Doubleday. 1637. Sarah had also begun to write. His first published short story, Pinecone, appeared in McSweeney's quarterly 30th issue in 2009. 38. Sarah was cast as Scott Pilgrim in the film adaptation of the graphic novel series by Brian Lee O'Malley. The film's director, Edgar Wright, had seen his work in Arrested Development and believed that Sarah was an actor audiences will still follow even when the character is being a bit of an ass. 39. The film, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, follows Pilgrim, a musician who must battle the 7 evil exes of his girlfriend Ramona, played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead. It was released in cinemas in August 2010. It did poorly at the box office, grossing $47.7 million against a production budget of $85 to $90 million. 4041. Sarah made a guest appearance in The Daughter Also Rises, a 2012 episode of the animated sitcom The Simpsons, as the voice of Nick, a love interest to Lisa Simpson. 42. Sarah made his theater debut in a production of Kenneth Lonergan's play This Is Our Youth in a 2-week run during March 2012 at the Sydney Opera House. The play also featured his Scott Pilgrim co-star Kieran Culkin and actress Tavie Gevinson. 43. A Broadway production at the Court Theatre opened in September 2014 and closed in January 2015. The New York Times theater critic Ben Brantley praised Sarah for achieving something remarkable, the sense of an amorphous being assuming and losing shape in the course of roughly 12 hours. 44. Also in 2012, Sarah played a supporting role in the drama The End of Love and appeared in the short film The Immigrant. 45-46. Arrested Development was revived for a 4th season in 2012 by Netflix, with Sarah reprising his role as George Michael Bluth. Sarah also worked in the writer's room and served as a consulting producer during its production. 47. The season was released in May 2013. 48. Sarah in 2012. Sarah collaborated with Chilean filmmaker Sebastián Silva on 2 films in 2013, Magic Magic and Crystal Fairy and The Magical Cactus, both of which were filmed in Chile and premiered at the 2013 Sundance Film Festival. 49. He spent 5 hours a day learning Spanish for Magic Magic. 50. Sarah was featured most prominently in Crystal Fairy, in which he starred as a self-absorbed man traveling Chile with a woman named Crystal Fairy, played by Gabby Hoffman, while bearing a cactus. 49 Along with Reggie Watts, Tim and Eric, and Sarah Silverman, Sarah created the web-based comedy YouTube channel Jash in March 2013, where he has posted short films which he directs and/or stars in. 51-52 These films include the comedy drama Gregory Go Boom, 2013, in which Sarah played a paraplegic man, and his directorial debut Brazzaville Teenager, 2013, co-starring Charles Grodin as his sick father. 53-54 He played an exaggerated version of himself in the apocalyptic comedy film This Is the End, which was released in summer of 2013 and featured his Superbad co-stars Jonah Hill and Seth Rogen. 55 Throughout 2013, Sarah also appeared on Burning Love, a web spoof of reality dating competition shows 56 and on an episode of Drunk History as John Endicott. Sarah had previously played Alexander Hamilton in a comedic retelling of Hamilton's duel with Aaron Burr on the show's first episode as a web series in 2008 before it was adapted into a television show. 57. 2014, present. Sarah appeared in his Arrested Development co-star David Cross 2014 film Hits, playing a marijuana dealer. 58 He also co-starred alongside John Hawkes and Sally Hawkins in Charlie Kaufman's television pilot How and Why, which was rejected by FX. 59 After a brief, menacing appearance in the drama Entertainment, 2015, 60 Sarah appeared in the prequel to the 2001 comedy film Wet Hot American Summer, the comedy series Wet Hot American Summer, First Day of Camp, and in the Christmas musical comedy film A Very Murray Christmas as Bill Murray's fictional talent agent. 61 Sarah then voiced a hot dog trying to escape his fate in a supermarket in the animated comedy Sausage Party, 2016. 62 In 2015, Sarah made a cameo on Louis C.K.'s Louis on FX, in the Season 5 episode Sleepover alongside Glenn Close, John Lithgow, and Matthew Broderick. 63. Sarah had 5 film releases in 2017, the first of which was the animated superhero comedy The Lego Batman Movie, in which he voiced the Batman's sidekick Robin. 62 He played a supporting role as a sleazy car salesman in the comedy How to Be a Latin Lover and co-starred in Janiza Bravo's first full-length feature, the comedy drama Lemon. He played an actor described as having a wedge of hair that makes him look like Frederick Chopin crossed with Eraserhead, by Variety critic Owen Gleiberman. 64-65 Sarah starred opposite Abby Jacobson in the drama Person to Person, focusing on the struggles of different people over the course of one day in New York City. Sarah and Jacobson are featured as a pair of crime reporters investigating a possible murder. 66 In his final film of the year, Aaron Sorkin's crime drama Molly's Game, Sarah played a celebrity known only as Player X who participates in a high-stakes, underground poker empire run by Molly Bloom, played by Jessica Chastain. Sarah's fictional character in the film was said to be a composite character of celebrity poker players and actors Leonardo DiCaprio, Tobey Maguire, and Ben Affleck. 67. A giant fan of director David Lynch. 62 Sarah made a guest appearance in the 2017 revival of Lynch and Mark Frost's television show Twin Peaks in the show's 4th episode, as Wally Brando Brennan, the son of Deputy Sheriff Andy Brennan and his wife Lucy Brennan. 68 The appearance contained several references to the work of actor Marlon Brando. Wally shares the same birthday and is nicknamed after Brando. 68 Sarah returned to the stage in March 2018, starring in a second Kenneth Lonergan production, Lobby Hero, at the Helen Hayes Theater on Broadway. The play also stars Chris Evans, Brian Tyree Henry and Belle Powley. 69 Sarah and Henry were both nominated for Best Featured Actor in a Play at the 72nd Tony Awards. 70 Sarah returned to Broadway in October 2018, starring in a third Kenneth Lonergan production, a revival of the Waverly Gallery at the John Golden Theater on Broadway. Sarah took a supporting role as a painter acting alongside Elaine May, Lucas Hedges, and Joan Allen. 71. Sarah co-starred in the 2018 film drama Gloria Bell, with Julianne Moore as the title character. 72 Sarah returned to his role as George Michael Bluth in the 5th season of Arrested Development in 2018. 73 In 2021, Sarah lent his voice to the adult animated film Cryptozoo. 74 Sarah appeared in the 2022 animated comedy Paws of Fury, The Legend of Hank about a dog who wishes to become a samurai. 75 In 2023, he starred opposite Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling in the fantasy comedy film Barbie as Alan. In August 2023, he said in an interview he was working on getting financing to direct his first movie 76, naming an adaptation of Masters of Atlantis by Charles Portis as one of 2 possible directorial debuts, having narrowly beaten out Clark Duke when first securing the adaptation rights. 77-78. In 2025, Sarah garnered critical acclaim for his performance as Norwegian entomologist Bjørn Lund in the Wes Anderson film The Phoenician Scheme, which critic Brian Tallarico deemed his best work to date. 79-80-81. Music. Sarah performing in 2011. In 2010, Sarah contributed mandolin and backing vocals to the Weezer song Hang On from their album Hurley. 82 Sarah has also established himself as the touring bass player in Mr. Heavenly, an indie rock band originating in the American Northwest. 83 and is a member of the band A Long Goodbye, along with Clark Duke. 84 Sarah also played bass and sang backup during songs in both Scott Pilgrim vs. the World and Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. He released his full-length debut album True That on August 8, 2014, through his official Bandcamp page. 85-86 The album features 19 original tracks, a cover of Roderick Falconer's Play It Again as well as a cover of Blaze Foley's Clay Pigeons. 87. In early 2015, Canadian musician Alden Penner released Meditate, a track from his upcoming EP Canada in Space, which features Sarah. Penner subsequently announced that the EP would be released on June 29, 2015, on City Slang Records, as well as a European tour of the UK, Netherlands, France, and Germany, which featured Sarah as both co-headliner and member of Penner's backing band. 88-89 The song Best I Can from the film Dina, written and performed by Sarah and featuring Sharon Van Etten, was nominated for Best Song in a Documentary at the 2017 Critics' Choice Documentary Awards. 90. Personal life. Sarah has been very private about his personal life. 91 In 2016, Aubrey Plaza made public that the pair had dated for about 18 months after filming Scott Pilgrim vs. the World in 2010 and even considered getting married at one point. The two remain friends. 92. In March 2022, Amy Schumer accidentally revealed that Sarah was a father. 91 Later that month, he revealed to Extra that the baby was a 6-month-old boy with his German wife Nadine. 93 In a February 2024 appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Sarah announced that he and his wife had welcomed a second son. 94 In his Criterion Closet Pics video, posted on May 30, 2025, Sarah shared that his older son is 3.5. 95. As of August 2023, Sarah resides in Brooklyn, New York City. Michael Austin Sarah, /Sr/Ser, Italian, Terra, born June 7, 1988, is a Canadian actor. Over his career he has received nominations for a British Academy Film Award, 3 Critics' Choice Movie Awards, 4 Screen Actors Guild Awards, and a Tony Award. Sarah became known for portraying leading roles in a string of comedic films such as Superbad, 2007, Juno, 2007, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, 2010, Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, 2008, and Youth in Revolt, 2009. He took supporting roles in both comedies and dramas including Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, 2002, This Is the End, 2013, Molly's Game, 2017, Person to Person, 2017, Gloria Bell, 2019, Barbie, 2023, Dream Scenario, 2023, and The Phoenician Scheme, 2025. He voiced Dick Grayson/Robin in the Lego Batman movie, 2017. Sarah gained prominence portraying George Michael Bluth in the Fox sitcom Arrested Development from 2003 to 2006 and then again from 2013 to 2019. He took a leading role in the Hulu comedy series Life and Beth, 2022 to 2024, and voiced roles including Brother Bear in the PBS children's series The Berenstain Bears, Hank in Paws of Fury, The Legend of Hank, 2022, and reprising his roles as Scott Pilgrim in the Netflix series Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, 2023, and Barry, a sausage in Sausage Party, 2016, and its Amazon Prime Video sequel series Sausage Party, Foodtopia, 2024. Sarah is also known for his Broadway performances in the Kenneth Lonergan plays This Is Our Youth in 2014, Lobby Hero in 2018, for which he received a nomination for the Tony Award for Best Featured Actor in a Play, and the Waverly Gallery in 2019. In addition to acting, Sarah is a musician, having released his debut album True That in 2014. Sarah has also performed as the touring bassist for indie rock supergroup Mr. Heavenly. Early life. Sarah was born on June 7, 1988, in Brampton, Ontario. He is the son of Linda, née Cockman, and Luigi Serra, a technician. He is of Sicilian descent through his father. 2. His parents both worked for Xerox. 3. Sarah has an older sister, Jordan, and a younger sister, Molly. He became interested in acting after viewing Ghostbusters repeatedly when sick with the chicken pox at the age of 3. 4. Sarah memorized all the dialogue and idolized Bill Murray. 5. He enrolled in the Second City, Toronto, and took improvisation classes. 5. Sarah attended Conestoga Public School, Robert H. Lagerquist Senior Public School, and Heart Lake Secondary School until grade 9. After starting acting, he completed school online through grade 12. 6-7. Career. 1999 to 2008, child acting and breakthrough. His first role was an unpaid appearance in a Tim Hortons summer camp commercial. 6-7-8. That appearance eventually landed him a position in a Pillsbury commercial, in which he poked the Pillsbury Doughboy and had his first role with lines. 9. In 1999, Sarah was cast as Larabe Hicks in the Canadian children's show I Was a Sixth Grade Alien, which ran for 2 seasons. 10. That year, he also appeared in the television films What Katie Did and Switching Goals, starring the Olsen twins. 11. The next year Sarah made his theatrical film debut in the science fiction film Frequency, 2000, as the son of Noah Emmerich's character. 11. Sarah also appeared in the film Steal This Movie and Ultimate G's, Zach's Flying Dream in 2000. He had his first leading role in the latter film, which was presented in IMAX theaters. 12-13. Sarah